Hey guys, how's it going? So today we are back with another combo video. Today we're going to be looking at Drandagger on 560 Rush. So I've tried this on a bunch of different bits at this point. For this video, we're going to do Rush. We may do a flat video as well. I actually recorded a taper video, but it did so absolutely terrible that I didn't even see the point in uploading it because it did awful. So don't put it on taper. It's bad on ball. It's bad on needle. The stamina is just not great. So Rush or flat, which I had to go back and watch Lanky's video. I was like, did I just record 20 minutes of me using taper on this and him say in the video not to use it on taper? And funny enough, he did. So yeah, I could have saved myself time, but you know, everybody does their own testing. So, you know, I guess it's good that I did it, but yeah, it's awful on taper. Don't use it on taper, it's really bad. So 560 on Rush. We're gonna be testing it against the same combos that we used in the last video. So we've got Night Shield, we've got Hell Scythe on 360 Orb, and we've got Chain on 560 Ball. And we're gonna see how it does. We'll break down the win-loss percentage as well as the point breakdown, because you can have less overall win percentage, but a higher point count just because of bursts and extreme finishes. So let's see how it does against Night Shield first. Doing way better on Rush. Oh, close. It was about to burst. Couple more rounds with shield. Last round with shield. Alright, moving on. We've got Hell Scythe on 360 Orb. Burst. I feel like if it doesn't like get a finish or whatever pretty early on, Dagger is pretty unlikely to get one late game. Okay, so next up, last one. This is Hell Chain on 560 Ball. See how it does against this. I think Chain's probably better than Scythe. More rounds. All right, so that is the testing. Let's go ahead and take a look at the win-loss percentage and the point breakdown and see how this did overall. All right, guys, so against Night Shield, our Dagger combo had a 56.25% win rate across 16 rounds, had 7 losses, 9 wins. Shield had 7 points total, and Dagger had 17 points. So you're going to see a trend here where, like, Dagger seems to be a fairly low win percentage rate, but pretty high point totals. Next up against Scythe, it had a 58.82% win rate, which is a little bit better across 17 rounds. 10 wins for Dagger, 7 losses. Scythe had 11 points, and Dagger had 19 points, so almost double. So against Shield and Scythe, it had almost double the points, which is pretty substantial. Win rate was a little lower than I would like, but point total is a little higher. So high risk, high reward. If you're comfortable with that, then it might be something you want to run in your deck. Against Chain, percentage drops a little more at 42.86% across 14 rounds. Dagger with 6 wins and Chain with 8 wins. Chain had 9 points, Dagger had 10 points. So less points overall against Chain in terms of sort of the scaling of that. It was pretty split down the middle, more or less against Chain versus Dagger, with Dagger having a little bit higher win rate, slightly lower point per round, just marginally. So pretty much a 50-50 against Chain on the combo that we were using. But against the Scythe combo, which is Hell Scythe 360 Orb, it had a decent amount of points, 19 points versus 11 points. But the win rate was only 58%. So overall, I would say that in general, this particular combo is a 50-50. It's pretty much a 50-50. If you manage to win the 50-50, you're more likely to get a extreme finish or a KO or a burst, but it's still a 50-50. So do with that information what you will. Some people are comfortable with the 50-50. I try to stick to things that are at least 60%. It was pretty close against Scythe. 58% is pretty close to 60%. So I'd feel a little more comfortable running it up against Scythe with Dagger on that. But if you guys watched the Viper video yesterday, Viper had a 70% win rate against Hell Scythe. So I don't know, man. Dagger to me just seems all right. I really think Rush is like the winning part here. I think Dagger, just as a blade by itself, is pretty average. In fact, I would say Viper Tail is better than Dagger, which is pretty funny because I feel like Viper's slept on right now. But those are the stats. Those are the results that I got. If you guys are interested in doing this yourself, I'm interested to know what your results are. I encourage everybody to do their own testing and be thorough with it, and upload some videos so I can see what everybody else is doing. I will say that Rush, I mostly flat launched for a couple different reasons. Dagger doesn't really benefit from tilting. You would think that these sort of curves would help, but they really don't. It's very hard to make contact with the ratchet, and even if you do, like even let's say they're both off balance and this one hits, there's nothing to catch it. It just kind of slides off, and then just not great sort of blunt force like Drawn Sword has. So I mostly flat launched with Rush. I didn't feel like tilting really benefited in any way. I did try tilting, but I just didn't notice any difference prior to recording this video, so I just went with the flat launch just to try to give it the best odds in terms of stamina and not going off balance, which it did quite a bit anyway. But anyway, let me know your thoughts. Drop a like for the algorithm, and I will see you all in the next one. And really quickly, a big shout out to our patrons: Blueberry, Joe Tomo, Lucario, Teddy, Zenki, Evoe, PJC92, Sammy, and Roboto. Thank you for the support. Link is in the description. Thanks everybody for watching.